I like to, you guys, I'm not just singing to sing. The little kid upstairs is screaming, having a tantrum. So to ease my brain, I have to like sing with it. You gotta, you gotta. Hi, hello, what's good, what's popping? It's your girl, Dréa. Welcome back to In My Head's show. Oh my god, you guys, does the quality look beautiful? If you're not on YouTube and you are doing something, you're like, it would be nice to watch this on YouTube. You know what? I kind of want to do that. It's in the description of the streaming thing that you're listening to. So just go on YouTube. I got a new camera. My new camera apparently live. My lips are dry. That kid is not playing. Little nigga is literally running, screaming, not having. I'm going to turn off the moving with me because you know what? I'm kind of doing something and I don't want you to move around. Like, what if I want you to be a little higher? You guys, I got a new camera and she's that girl. I don't know how I'm going to name her. I don't even know if I'm going to give her a name, truly. But I want to give her a name because, you know, that's what we do. But yeah, what the fuck was I saying? The kid upstairs, I mean, you guys know, I've said this before. He's Little Eggs / the dictator. I was outside and it's even worse outside because guess what? It's nice outside. The weather is nice. People have their windows open. Oh my God, that little nigga is so loud. Yo, he has the tiniest little body ever. He's probably like, what? He's probably three. Dude, that little... Hey. Oh my God. Anyways, yo, he stomps like he's a grown man. He stomps on the floor like he's a grown man. It's insane. How you guys been? I've been good. Oh my God. First thing first. Remember I told you that I was going to do my driving test? I passed. I'm a first try big banger, big muscle, big uterus girl. I got my license, you guys. I'm so proud of myself. We did it. And funny enough, or you know what, angelic, and just to prove that the universe truly works with me and she's that girl, we're friends, I wrote my intentions of the day because I journal, and if you don't journal, you should journal. It's a great thing. Oh wow, you see how I picked that shit up, you see how I caught that shit, you see how I figured that out. That was really beautiful how I caught that. But I journaled and before my test, and I really wanted to make sure that I was in a good space. And you know what I told myself and my spirit team? I mean, I'm gonna let you in on a little thing, a conversation that I had with them, but basically I just told them that I know that this, you know, oh my God, yesterday, oh my God, also yesterday was the full moon in Scorpio. If you don't know, my moon sign is in Scorpio. So that shit hit me like a brick wall. And the revelations happen and the transformation happened because I literally said yesterday, I said that yesterday was the day that I'm truly entering the time to embody the higher self, the time to embody who, I mean, in this journey, I know who is the higher self that I want to be at. We're getting there and I'm really excited. So I said that like this license, me getting it, that was a sentence. It was the first step into doing this because this has been such a, I don't know what the word is, but not having my license and the driving and all of that, this has been like, I feel like a theme around my spiritual journey. As weird that it sounds, stay with me team. I believe that, I mean, a lot of the people that impacted me in my life, whether it's like my father that I love so much, I love my dad so much, whether it's, you know, exes or situationships or whatever the fuck, like there was always a sense of, weirdly enough, I feel good in the car of people that are good to me, and weirdly enough, I guess that I've avoided that because a lot of people, well, not just that, but some of those people had a lot of impact in my growth myself. And so somewhere, somehow, I felt like it was relevant together. Did I make sense? Maybe. But I said to the universe and spirit and everybody that I'm truly just excited to start this new chapter of being my higher self, which means that like I sat down with myself and I wrote down what I think my higher self feels and how she looks and how she carries herself and how she moves around in the world. And I know that yesterday was the first day of that chapter of getting there, like truly starting to embody it. Because girl, that shit was easy. The test dude was so sweet. Oh my god, he was so sweet. A tall bald white man with blue eye. That's just very sweet. First of all, I knew he was a good dude when him and my instructor, they were homies. So like my test guy and my instructor were homies. They've been doing this shit forever together. So I was like, I know I'm getting myself a good guy and I know I'm about to pass this test so easily. Was it easily? I think I made him, he told me, because at the end, oh my god, that man he told me exactly where I made my mistakes, aka one. And it was a very minor mistake because I didn't do a second freaking shoulder check while turning on a street. Like, it's fine. It is what it is. It's one of those things. But basically, he was so sweet. It was 7 minutes. How long was that thing? 7 minutes? Oh my god. It was insane how quickly that was. And at the end of the test, when he's like, congratulations, you have passed this test with blah 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 blah, and now I'm gonna tell you blah 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 blah, this is where you did your mistake, blah 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 blah. Okay. And at the end, he's like, I'm about to ask you a question that is not relevant to the test. Is that Amy Winehouse tattooed on your arm? I was like, yes. I was like, sure is, sir. And he was like, I didn't know the youngins knew about her. I was like, I don't know how old you think I am, sir, but cute, love it, still got it. And and I was like, yeah, sir. I mean, cried for days when she passed. I mean, she's my girl. He was like, I love that. Congratulations, you did very good. And I was like, I know that's right. Like, I had to do the one difficult, quote unquote, the one difficult thing that he made me do was to do like let's say you're in a parking and there's the one at the end, okay, so aka like there's still road to keep going, but there's no more spaces, and then the rest of the spaces are on the other side. He wanted me to park at that spot. And so me and my instructor, the day before, we practiced that exact spot 10 times. Then maybe not 10 times, I'm exaggerating. That is exaggeration. We did it like 4 times. Okay, that's still a lot. Not gonna lie, I think it was 4 or 5 times that we did that exact spot. So my instructor, he was like, try to find a spot that you know is gonna. Oh my god, do you think he was in on it? Oh my god, do you think he was in on it? Oh my god, I'm starting to wonder if my instructor was in on it with his buddy about, you know. Oh my god, is there like a secret ring of like, because I never asked Mr. B like if he gets like some, like what's his incentives, like if he gets things whenever like his students pass. Well, but I'm saying that because we practiced it 5 times, and he was like, you never know, this could be on your test. And then that's literally the last thing he made me do. He's like, you can see that we're on the way back. I didn't make you do any 3-point term or parallel parking. So we're going to be doing a reverse parking. Oh my God, my brain is having like so many like connections happening at the same time, because like when I say homies, I mean like they almost dabbed each other up. Okay, that's how like homies they are. And it was a quick thing. And second of all, product recognition. Third of all, witch. So I know my shit. It was insane. Oh my God. Hey, shout out. Because what right now I feel like maybe like she's gonna talk to them and be like, ooh, like who's a student that you know is gonna be an easy one that can pass that shit, you know, and then she's gonna be like, oh, that girl, and then that's the one that I get. I feel like that's maybe what he did. I like to think that that's what he did, because Mr. B and I, homies. Mr. B and I like to think that we're gonna be homies for life. And you know what? I will make sure that my boyfriend keeps. It was so weird saying boyfriend. My man, my sweet little, my sweet little, I love him so much. But, what was I talking about? I need to keep Mr. B's phone number, because he was so cool. Like, we were walking and he was like, you know, I used to have like a lot of restaurants, and like I think I want to open one day. And I was telling him, I was like, I see you like in a town near the ocean where you can have your nice cafe and people go to. He was like, I would really like to do that. I will keep that in mind. I will keep Mr. B in mind, because Mr. B deserves that. I don't think Mr. B has a girl or a wife or kids. He didn't give me that vibes. He gives me, I don't know what vibes he gives me in terms of that situation, but Mr. B, good values. We've had conversation, like political values. We are very on a similar page. Like the dude, and then, you know, spiritual values. We were on similar page. So you know what? I'm gonna keep Mr. B in mind, because he just might be just another magical being on this earth that I am so blessed to be able to meet and to see, you know. I have been, oh my God, you guys, something that happened this week or last week, wherever, girl, who cares? That kid needs to stop. That kid needs to stop. That kid is gonna stop jumping, because I'm recording. That nigga, ooh, that little nigga better stop. But anyways, I was approached by a cult member. No, for real. As you guys know, my downstairs neighbors, I strongly believe they're in a cult. And if I include my downstairs neighbor, that includes another person, that includes a lot of people. I've said that in other episodes, and I'm not gonna elaborate in this one, because I just want to talk about being approached by a cult member. I say also, to preface all of this, I am somebody who watches a lot of documentary, a lot of true crime. I am very educated. I love to know things about everything. I had a phase in my life where cults was all that I cared to know about. So I went on a lot of deep dives, and AKA the pattern recognition has been loaded to the max. So I know what to look out and what to see and what to know that is going to point to you're in a cult. Okay. So my opinion doesn't come from nowhere. It is well researched. This nigga, I walk to the gym because it's good for me, and also because it's part of my training, because I mean it's 30 minutes to go to the gym, aka it's an hour for me, an hour walk, and then I work out at the same. Like, you guys do the math. It's great. It's amazing. We love it. So I'm leaving. When I left, I had noticed that the dude was out with the kids in the garage, in the parking. And when I leave, I can either go through the parking and then on the street, or I can just cut on the grass and then just go on the street. I'm not a grass cutter. I felt very ashamed about this, but a little something in me told me to cut on the grass, and I did it without my will. Okay, spirit screamed and told me to cut, so I cut. Okay, so I cut on the grass and I'm walking, doing my thing. Something that I'm annoyed that I have to do right now is that I have to triage the fucking mail that we get at this place, because the old landlord disappeared. She was probably a scammer. More on that another time. But any letters from her people, I RTS that shit, aka return to sender, and then I have to bring it to the mailbox, not the one attached to the building, but the other postal red bitches that I have to go to. Okay, like I have to walk there, and then I have to continue my walk to go to the gym. I had just stopped. I had just did my little stop to drop the envelopes, and as I am starting to turn and start to walk, a black SUV very slowly, creepily was passing by me, and then stops a meter in front of me. So anybody with sense, aka a woman, is gonna be like, this ain't good. I'm gonna keep walking. But I always make sure that I get a quick glance at the face, because you never know the information you got to keep in your head. Okay, so I'm walking and I'm about to pass the car, and the windows goes down, and so I look. It's my downstairs neighbor, aka cult member, and he's like, oh my god, in like the creepiest way ever, do you want me to give you a ride? Do you want me to give you a ride? I'm like, nah, I'm good. I was like, nah, I'm good. I don't mind walking. I'm cool. And then he proceeds to put down the windows in the back of the car to show me his kids, to whom I waved to. And then he's like, don't worry, I have the kids here. You have nothing to be scared of. I'm not gonna do anything bad. Hello? Cut to the vine with the girl getting water poured on her. Hello? What are you... So obviously I say, no thank you, I'm good. It's part of my training. And then he says, if that's what you want. And then he leaves. If that's what I want, what the kind of bullshit is that? And then, hey, kind of insane, you guys. Little leg stop jumping after I said he needs to stop jumping. So again, know who you're talking to. He then proceeds to leave. And I'm just like, does this guy think that I'm just some stupid little girl? That I'm not an educated black woman adult? That's like the first thing some freaking predator trafficking cult, whatever they're gonna, like, that's literally some of the things that they do. They're gonna try to lure you in a way that seems nice and kind, just to get you alone with them. And then those kids are probably so used to it. Oh my god! Cutting to another story that I'm gonna get to after this, because we need to stay on the path. That's what they do. In case you didn't know, I will educate you today. Cult members, traffickers, whatever it is, these days they use children, women, sick, whoever. They use the people who seem vulnerable and just innocent to lure you in and to make sure that you're alone with them, so they can further, do what they need to do in terms of like getting you to be with them. And so him doing this, some people could say, oh, he was just trying to be nice. This has nothing to do with being part of a cult. What are you talking about? He's just a kind guy doing a kind thing. You don't know what I know. You don't see what I see. You are not a witness to what I know is going on downstairs. So you cannot. And another thing, I told this story to my parents, who are also very well educated in terms of cults. And they also had the same reaction of me, of being like, no. So PSA, just because they're skin folk and what's the saying? Sorry, there's a little fluff. What's the saying? Just because they're skin folk doesn't mean they're kinfolk. In the sense that, like, just because they look nice and they look like me doesn't mean they're trying to do nice things to me. And I made sure to stay very prepared, and I didn't like that. And I don't know what's going on downstairs, because now you see a man entered the building. And now this little kid is losing his mind. I don't know what the something else that was really strange about the people downstairs. For like hours on volume 1,000, my floor was vibrating. They were listening to Jesus music and screaming on the top of their lung. Well, just the lady, because the man wasn't there. The man wasn't there this weekend, which is something that's strange. The man leaves on the weekend and she stays like inside with the kids. He's there sometimes, but I've noticed that there's like a few weekends, like 1 or 2 weekends a month that he just leaves, And I find that suspicious. Because the lady doesn't really go outside when he leaves, aka the children don't go outside, aka what do you mean kids don't go outside to play? They're probably like 6 and like 8, 7. I'm gonna let these people fucking make noise. Oh, she is such a little cutie pie. Oh, it was a little cutie little choopity boobity bully. Oh, she was so cute. Yeah, so the man leaves on weekend, which I find very strange. And this weekend in particular, which is a story that I said that I was gonna get to. I don't know what is the culture going on with the cult and peeing outside where people can see you. It is getting very strange. First, it started with a little boy. I may have spoken about it in a previous episode of just a little boy just peeing in the very, very, very back of my backyard. But like little kids peeing outside, I mean, they're having fun outside. Although he wasn't a kid that lived here. And he didn't play outside. But anyways, he went to hide behind the garage and went to pee. This weekend, the man is not there, but there's a creepy big white van that comes, and the guest went downstairs, whatever. My sweet thing's doing the dishes, and he's like, oh my God, I think this man is about to pee. The guest, that is a guest downstairs, and they have a functioning bathroom. He just goes out there and just pees where the kids throw the ball sometimes, because some kids play outside. And then he just goes back downstairs after that. What are you talking about? And I'm pretty sure it's that same day that she was blasting the very, very heavy church music and singing very, very loudly. I'm pretty sure it's the same day. And then that kid again, that other kid from downstairs again, he peed outside, and then we had I don't know what's going on. There's like a big Pipi phenomenon going on, because and you know what, maybe that's just men. And I don't want to put all men, because the fact that my man was appalled tells me a lot, because I know he makes sense. But I'm starting to have a lot of question. And then we informed the landlord about just the guests peeing where the kids play, and all he said was thank you. And because I'm well protected, I'm like such a blessed being of this world. Like, my ancestors are by my side all the time. I'm gonna tell y'all what I believe may be going on. And this is alleged, because I don't know if it's true. This is just a big inkling that I have. And my inklings are 99.9% accurate. Just because saying 100 is being pretentious, okay? I think my landlord may be either the cult leader or like one of the above's leaders, okay? Hiding in plain sight. And I say that because, one, he's the one that brought these people from downstairs. And the reason why I know they're close is because he told my man that something about them borrowing the car from him, borrowing one of his cars for like until they got their cars. But like when they got their cars, they were like 2 cars that were like pretty good cars. And not only that, he just gives those vibes, because one day he was trying to push religion on my man, and my man was like, no thank you. And not only that, to add to my point of the cult situation, is because I've mentioned it before, there's a garage, okay, in the vicinity where I live, and that garage is being rented by people that my landlord know, and they have this thing with bringing cars in and out, like different cars. Like, I won't see the same car 3 times. It changes every week. And they come in to do a bit of fixing, but then they go back. And it's been in and out, and it's been different cars, and it's been Very weird. And then there's been time, and those guys gave me weird vibes, obviously. Like, literally, whenever I see that they're here about to do some car stuff, I lock my doors and I don't go outside unless my man is here. Not only that, there was one time when my landlord came, and him and the guys, they were talking, and the vibes were just very strange. They were very strange. I've seen the ladies. Dude, my landlord came over to stay for like an hour. He has wife and kids on a weekday until like 9 p.m. with the people downstairs. Call me crazy. Call me conspirative? English. Fou malade. Things that are happening right now, fou malade. No other way to describe how fucking crazy things are. Other than that, y'all, I mean, another step to continue the higher self conversation. I can happily say that I'm like, I'm the one narcissist in my life. I think I finally have them by the balls, and I finally know what to do with them, and I finally know how to handle them, and it makes me feel very strong in my coochie, and I love that. In the sense that, like, I feel like a very strong woman, and that, you know, what I know to know about them and what I know to know about narcissists, because like I said, my sprinkle thing definitely has to be the deep dive into anything and everything that seems interesting to me. And so the narcissist, I had to learn and I had to know how to deal with that shit. And baby, I think I found the formula. Oh, I found it. Because obviously, to deal with narcissists, the best thing is to not do anything. It is to avoid at all costs. It is to just run away as far as you can. If that is not an option, or until that option is available, there's a few things that you can do. And I will leave that in the description, maybe. Maybe not. Maybe y'all can do your research too, but the main things that I'm going to tell you guys is to stay neutral, because emotions are fuel to them, whether it's good ones, whether it's bad ones. It's a fuel to feel certain control over you. And so staying neutral and keeping it short. I'm working on the keeping it short. However, I like to stay neutral and factual when I'm giving a lot of details, and usually they shut the fuck up. And so, you know, I've been I'm learning how to navigate the whole thing, because at the end of the day, the narcissist will only do something that will benefit him in the end. If they are nice to you, it is not because they like you and they want to be nice to you because they're a nice person. It is because they know they can get something out of you by being nice to you. So I'm trying to stay away from that shit. I'm trying to not stay close to that. I'm trying to just be away from that shit, okay? I'm trying to say to that shit, and I'm trying to just not deal with it. And we're getting there, and it's beautiful. I'm really proud of myself. We're gonna do quiz of the day. So I went to watch Sinners, obviously. 10 out of 10. Loved it. No words. I love the hoodoo representation. I love the African tradition representation. That shit was so fucking beautiful. I felt very seen. I felt very represented. And so I'm going to do a quiz of the day. We'll see if there's even a wish. Okay, well, there's one quiz that exists. We'll see how it is. I've seen that name before, Moonfrog. So I will believe that they have a good one. If you want to do it with me, you can see it on the screen, but also it will be available in the description. You can do it with me. It will be great. Okay, what are you most afraid of? Becoming a bad person, being powerless, having no purpose, being hated and ostracized, being used, being mediocre, not being enough for the person I love. Ooh, what are you most afraid of? Being a bad person, I do have to say. Yeah. I do have to say. Please be nice to me, quiz. Out of these, what genre do you like the best? Pop, indie, classic rock, rap, R&B, alt R&B. I mean, I'll take R&B, alt R&B. What's your favorite thing to do with your free time? Hang out with friends in a small group setting, just doing whatever. Staying in and doing something creative alone. Excited, impulsive activities. Teach my friends something about something that I like. Anything competitive that I can win at. I mean, I'll do this one that says staying in and do something creative alone. I obviously am not always alone, but this is the one that resonated with me. Okay, don't judge me. What was your high school experience? I was really quiet. No one knew who I was except my small group of friends. I was really popular, but everyone knew me. I was pretty popular because of how friendly I was to everyone. I had a decent amount of friends / status. Popularity was irrelevant to me though. If I have to be honest, I'll have to say I was pretty popular because of how friendly I was to everyone. And popular, I will say that lightly. People knew who I was, but again, I'm pretty sure it's because of my sprinkle. It's because I was in everybody's face and because I was really hot. There's a lot that were aptly with that. So we'll say that. What color do you most associate with yourself? Girl, we know who she is. Green. What's your opinion on astrology zodiac sign? I don't care if it's real or not. It's fun to talk about. It's definitely real. There's science about it. We're just going to leave it at that. There's literal science about it. You have a crush on someone. What do you do? I'd be friendly to them and hope they make a move first. Tease them, make fun of them, sneaky a flirty joke in there and in every row now and then. I can't read. Not right now. Usually I can. At this moment, not my best one. Hit on them. What else do you do? Try to impress them. Avoid them. Feelings are scary. I'd be friendly to them and hope they make the first move. 1000%. How funny are you? I am often funny unintentionally. I'm hilarious. My sense of humor is one of my best quality. Pretty funny, but not if you're really sensitive. I prefer to laugh than make people. Dude, I'm hilarious. Thank you very much. What would you describe the way you dress? Dark, alternative, preppy, neat, basic, comfortable, indie, flashy. What the fuck is indie? And basic and comfortable is very hard. I could go towards the dark alternative because I don't have a lot of colors. Because I don't know what indie is. Okay? What do you hate? Being backed in a corner, being alone with my thoughts, being bored, people who abuse what they have, laziness and weakness, no win situation, being forced into anything, people who abuse what they have. Who the f- is Tessa? Who the f- is Tessa? Who the f- is Tessa? You have a strong emotions and opinions and never sugarcoat anything. You are likely creative and artistic. You can't be the persuasive when it comes to most things. You can't be. I'll redo the last sentence. You can't be persuaded when it comes to the things you value the most. You can't be insensitive and aren't good at thinking before you speak and act. Ouch, first of all. Second of all, who the f*** is Tessa? So clearly this was not the movie Sinners. Beautiful horror movie that was like, I don't know if it's a horror movie. But what the f***? Sinners? Tessa. I don't even know. I don't know. Guys, we'll never know who Tessa is, but this was really fun. I love you so much. As you know, as you guys can see, there was 2 episodes this week. I know I didn't do a good job. I chilled a bit too much, and I forgot that this is a one-woman show still, but not for long. Not only that, not for long. I won't need a 9 to 5, and so I'll have more time to do this full time and all the other things that I want to do, at some point very soon. I like to think. And I'll be better with my posting. It is what it is. Hey, I got a soul-sucking 9 to 5. I have to also gym. I have a family. I don't have kids. Ew. No, not ill, but I love kids. Oh my god! But I have a family. I have my love. I have myself. sometimes I gotta chill. Sometimes I want to chill, and that's okay because I'm not a machine. I'm not a machine, and you're not too. And I want to I want to remind you. I mean, as you know, self-awareness is the key to being a good person to yourself and others. Don't forget that. Don't forget that, because a lot of y'all, like, not a lot of y'all listening, but a lot of y'all listening know people who like to act like they are very self-aware. They like to act like they know what emotional intelligence is, and they literally act the opposite of somebody that is self-aware and knows what the emotional intelligence is. So you know what? Keep it up. You're doing great. I love you guys so much. Thank you. Bye. That was insane. Wow.